Good afternoon. I'm Sanjay from Tally Solutions. I welcome you for CA Connect session. For today's session, we have selected topic around GST implementation and how audit can be made easy in TallyPrime. Okay, and for today's session, we have CA Dhara Gandhi. She is FCA from ICI, and she's practicing and she's handling. She's got expertise in the direct and indirect taxation, and she has gained work experience with one of the largest stock exchange, BSC, that is Bombay Stock Exchange. So she was eminent when the IPO for Bombay Stock Exchange was, being rolled out for the direct listing, and she is delivered lectures on Tally Prime and on GST compliances, tax audit, uh, and various other uh, topics to different forums, chartered accountants, business owners, and she is always keen in learning about the latest update across the professions globally. And she has a with that, I welcome CA Dharagandhi to take over the session.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Thanks a lot for a warm welcome.
If you have any queries, please put it in Q&A, not in chat, because it will be easy for us, to answer and to be confirmed that we have answered all the questions, and it will be easy for us, to make a note of it. And this particular session is recorded, and it will be available to you on our CA community portal. You can always go on to community.tallysolutions.com, and you can find all our previous sessions which are conducted in the CA Connect sessions. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Thank you. Good afternoon to all the participants. Warm welcome to all the participants. And I know this is the season of filing in tax audits has already been started, and it is very hectic for all of us, including our staff, to attend this meeting. But I'm thankful that large number of participants are there to attend the meeting. So without wasting your precious and my precious time, I will start with the session. Yeah. So today we are going to discuss mainly about some functionalities and shortcuts. Some functionalities and shortcuts for chartered accountants in TallyPrime while conducting audit. Effectiveness of TallyPrime while conducting audit. GST return filing made easy, and last would be query solving. So I'll take an example with the Tally file, which I've made specifically for seminars. So basically these shortcuts we are totally aware when TallyPrime 2.0 was released. So some of my favorite and useful features in TallyPrime while conducting or while reviewing the Tally data is this go-to feature. Go-to feature पहले जब हम लोग ERC9 यूज करते थे, we used to move from one section to another section कि हम लोग को कहाँ जाना है, बैलेंस शीट चाहिए, P&L चाहिए, सब कुछ गेटवे ऑफ टैली पे नहीं मिलता है. So now the feature has been added. We just have to do Control G. तो हम लोग को यहाँ पे सब कुछ पहले तो ऊपर ही मिल जाएगा. जो फाइल्स हम लोग ने रिसेंटली ओपन किया होगा वो balance sheet, profit and loss account, day book. Apart from this, every month we need GST reports, so we don't need to go to display statutory reports and GST reports. We can find it, we can explore it through here itself. Apart from this, we need some stock related things. We just can explore anything through this go-to features. This very nice feature. Apart from this feature, another favorite feature of mine is Save View Report. Now every month I have a habit of seeing sale and purchase in columnar way. So I don't want to see this way. So what I'll do columnar. I'll set all the options what I need. What I'll do is I'll save this view. I have option to save this view for this specific voucher, specific company, make this as default report, also additional configuration. If I go to additional configurations, they are asking me, do you want to see this type of columnar report for every company or this specifically company? And you want to save this for selected period or you want to save it for complete financial year. So you have option to save this view, whatever you are comfortable with, we can save this view. Suppose in case of cash transactions, suppose in case of cash transactions, we need to seek a higher amount. Higher amount क्या है? Because we are concerned with 10,000 and above transaction. What I'll do, I'll save this view. तो जब भी मैं cash ledger open करूंगी तो मुझे ये ही view दिखेगा. तो this will save a lot of time every time to go and configure. So apart from this, we can save view with whatever ledger we want. We can do this. So this feature is also very useful while conducting the audit. And as I said, this can be saved for all the company or specific period of time. You have option to save as you need it. So this will save lot of time of ours while conducting auditing. Apart from this, Tally 2.1 was released. So it was introduced with a good edit log and digital signature PDF documents in it. So I'm not going to discuss this edit log right now because already many sessions have been done by Tally on edit log. And as of now, for companies, this edit log is not mandatory. But this should be followed, I think, because this gave us a lot of help while conducting the audit, because we'll be able to track that who people are changing, at what date they are changing, at what time they are changing, what vouchers are altered, what vouchers are resaved, what vouchers are newly created, what vouchers are deleted. These functions can be seen through edit log. So what we have to do is we just need to update the TallyPrime with the edit log. And I think we have option of using both the prime, that is 2.0 and 2.1 with edit log. So if you think that edit log is not required for you, you can continue using the TallyPrime without edit log. So I think this is not mandatory by MCA as of now, but this is very useful, while checking the internal audit of the company. What are the internal controls? We can specifically check this. Specifically, this is very useful during stock checking, because whenever they have passed the stock JV or they have altered the stock, we'll be able to trace that who is doing, when is doing, and what time it is doing. Then activity in edit log report for transactions and masters. So who are creating the vouchers, who people are altering, then who are deleting, at what date, at what time. If any entry or voucher is resaved, then that log will be created. Then first previous records, we can see activity with status optional and status cancelled, we can see. So even if this edit log is not made mandatory by government, but this is very useful when we are conducting the audit. So I think the edit log was made mandatory for private companies from 1st April. Then it was further postponed for 1 year. So many private companies has already started doing this edit log thing. So if your client is maintaining in this edit log, so it is our duty to just go and review once that what the people are doing. Apart from this, what I personally feel is conducting audit, whatever audit, company audit or tax audit, is little bit easier when we do it with Tally as compared to any other software. Because there are three basic things we need in auditing. First is audit strategy. We need to make the audit strategy, audit planning, and audit execution. So strategy, planning, and execution, everything can be done by the with the help of TallyPrime. So this is like very easy for us to explore certain negative things which we usually can't just because of manual audit. So I'll let you know how these things can be used in TallyPrime. So initially we need to enable the audit feature in TallyPrime by going to company, alter, and then you have the security control. You have to enable the security control, put the username and password, whatever you need, enable this audit feature. Once you enable this audit feature, you'll get this one more option. You'll get this option in display more reports, analysis and verification. So you have two options in this, data analysis and voucher verification. So once we go into data analysis, we have certain items which are, very much needed for conducting the tax audit or any other audit of a company or your client. Initially, chart of accounts. I'll discuss some of the important features which we definitely need while conducting audit. It will be very useful for us while planning the audit to trace the negative transactions which maybe we could not do it easily when we do audit manually. Apart from this, there is a section of voucher verification where we can sample the vouchers as per need. So when I plan a specific company, I need 80% verification. So I need to set a sample of 80% verification. If I go inside this, I have a separate, group of items what I need to vouch for. So I'll set some sampling for this, and once that sample is set, I can easily trace the verification of that voucher. So this is also a very good feature which I will definitely cover in my next slides. So for using this feature, we have to enable the Tally audit first from company alteration. Apart from this, as I said, there are many options and which is very useful while conducting the audit. We saw both the option, analysis and verification and voucher option. So whenever we start the audit, first, basically we see how many vouchers are there in the tally. What are the groups of vouchers in the tally? What are the vouchers that we need to check specifically while tally? And specifically when we start auditing, so we definitely see कि last year कितना vouchers था या last year का variations क्या था, ये year का variations क्या है. So it is very important to see कि अगर हम लोग कोई भी company audit कर रहे हैं तो previous year का data is also very important. So TallyPrime give us facility of comparing previous year's data with the previous year data under audit. So this is also a very good feature. I'll tell you how to use this. First, we need to go to display more report, analysis, verification, data analysis. If we don't want to do this, we can directly press Alt G and we can go to data analysis report. This data analysis report. And after this data analysis report, we can add new columns to this to just compare that what were the transactions in previous year, what was the transactions not in previous year. Suppose I want to see the transactions which is not used during the current year. So this is the transactions which are not used during the current year. We can further configure this as per our need. We have so many options that there is no change, all exceptional reports we want to see, or we want to see only balance last year and used in current year for all items. So I can set this I can configure this as per my requirement. And apart from this, I can save that view, maybe for this company or maybe for different companies as and when I need it. So another feature in every report, maximum in every report, we get this exceptional reports also, which specifically shows us overuse of debtors, creditors on negative ledgers, negative cash. So any entry, maybe accountant has not passed correctly, intentionally or unintentionally, it will be easy for us to trace. Then go to master and voucher statistics. So these are the statistics of entire voucher entries done during the previous year. I'm just doing one thing. I want to compare it with last year data. So I'm comparing with last year data. Now on random check, I could see the journal entries last year was 94 vouchers and this year only 8 vouchers. So maybe they have not done the closing entries or maybe they have not done the GST entries, closing entries properly. So I'll further compare. So ये months के entries ही नहीं है और obviously this data is incomplete. So this is the also method of filtering कि कहाँ पे risk area हो सकता है. जैसे JV तो obviously उनको लगेगा ही every year to close the book. So maybe they have missed out certain entries. We can check contra entries, credit note, debit note, anything we can put. How many stock queries they have passed this year and last year. So initially, while starting the audit through TallyPrime, I think we should go with this feature first, that how many entries are there in the books of accounts, what was the statistics of last year entries, and what are the difference in this year entry. So this is also a good feature. You just need to go to option and then master and voucher statistics. You can go this master and voucher statistics, and you can just check how many ledgers are there, how many groups are there, how many voucher types are there, if units are maintained in stock, how many units are there, currencies. So while conducting or starting the tally audit through tally, first we should go to the voucher statistics. Apart from this, master configuration we can do. Now I'm again going to that master statistic. Okay. I'll just check with this exceptional report. If there are any optional vouchers, cancel vouchers, post-dated vouchers, we can see that. I can change the view by vertical if I want vertical, if I want the wherever, whatever thing I need. Then I can add and compare it with last year, as I already showed it to you. I want to delete some column, I can delete the column also. I can do the master configuration by sampling the data. I'll show you in further slides how we do that. Sampling I'll discuss little later. Sampling I'll discuss little later with you. Now I'll start with the charts of accounts. Another thing which I feel that it is very useful while conducting the audit is chart of accounts. You can see at the gateway of Tally, or you can use that to go to feature also. So how many ledgers are there? If I want to see the ledger view, I can see the ledger view along with the state, GST number, opening, closing balances. I can further configure it to, if I don't want to see the state, if I don't want to see the GST numbers, I want to see only names. So I can do this also. So if I am skipping any party's GST number or something, I can definitely find it or trace it through this method. Chart of account, any voucher type you need specifically. If I go to this ledger view, I can see exceptional reports. Exceptional reports, I can get show unused any ledger which is not used during the current year. Show used any ledger which is used only in current year, not used in last year. I want to update any party's GST number, I can do it with this. Any group specifically. So I can see the GST number of ABC is not correct. So I'll go and I'll inform my client that there is something in this ledger which is not correct. So I'll ask them to update it. So this is the easy form which through which I can see entire ledger in detail of my clients. And definitely I can see the exceptional reports from here also. If I want to see any contact details, your contact details are not updated, but if contact details are updated, I can see that. Apart from this, I want to see show unused. So these are the ledgers which are not used during the current year, but was used in the previous financial year. So I can just check that if rent is the suppose for example in case of rent, अगर last year rent show किया था तो ये year में rent agreement है या नहीं, so I can just give a overview with this option, chart of accounts. And as already discussed with you, we can see exceptional reports to this chart of accounts. We can see group view, ledger view, exceptional report showed during the previous year, not used during the previous year. What are the junk files? We can update the GST to this exceptional ledger. If GST of any party is not correct, we shown it will be shown in this exceptional report specifically. So it would be easier for us to trace the particular party whose GST number is not correct. Apart from this, as I already showed, analysis and verification chart, verification of chart of accounts. I'll again go to the audit feature, analysis and verification. I have this verification option in this audit area also. Specifically, 4 things I have: accounts squared off during the years. So these are the accounts which are squared off during the years. There was no opening balance, there was no closing balance. Not used during the year, which I could trace to chart of accounts also, which I directly trace to this audit feature also, and not used in current year. So these are the things which are not used in current year. If I use this master configuration feature further, so we have option to check the related party, if any party is selected as related party in Tally, and we can use sampling method if you want to check the sampling method. So as I already told you, if I want to do sampling method, so credit note, I have said that I need to check all the vouchers of credit note. Debit notes, I have specified a period, suppose from 1st January 2021 to 31st March 2021. So I've set this period of debit note, or if I want to check all the debit notes, I'll set it as all voucher. Then JV, I want to check maybe from minimum amount starting from 5,000. I don't want to set maximum amount. So this JVs are automatically filtered in sampling. Only the JV with amount more than 5,000 would be displayed in my sampling reports. Then payroll, physical stock, then purchases. I want to check only from amounting starting from 1 lakh to maybe 25 lakh, or if I don't want to set the maximum limit, it's okay. So this sampling has been done, that purchase only up to one from the figures 1 lakh will be seen in our data sampling. Then sale, I want to check amount ranging from 2 lakh rupees and above. So randomly, whatever amount I want, I can check. Apart from this, stock JV are very crucial parts. So I think I will set it as all voucher. So whatever you want to do, however you want to sample, you can sample through this option, or either you have an option of random sampling. So you have overall 613 vouchers to audit in this Tally data. So from this, I think I want to vouch 500. I want to vouch 500 transaction, or I want to vouch 80% transaction from this 615 transaction. So I've accepted. So this is random sampling. So randomly they have picked up out of 613 transactions, they have picked up 80% random sampling. So I'll just go through this 80% random sampling, or if I know this company since more years, so I can set it as 50%, or suppose I want to check 500 vouchers, so I'm checking only 500 vouchers. So this will change the random sampling. So I can get only figures out of 613 vouchers. I'm getting some 500 vouchers to check in this transaction. So this is very good technique. Many people use this random sampling technique, but I specifically target the way of sampling which I want, maybe through this voucher types, by maybe the amounts or odd even, or whatever way I want. So there are 2 options of sampling in Tally. One, we can sample configure as we want, or we can random sample as per the needs. 80%, 90%, however voucher you want to sample, you can sample. And apart from this, in master configuration, you have one very good feature of related party. We need to report the related party transactions in our audit report. So this is the easier way. I have set some parties as related party. So this will maybe rather So whenever I go through this transaction, whenever I feel that this person is known person, or as per the management letter, I'll set some related party transaction here only. So whenever I want a related party details, I can specifically fetch related party details, irrespective of that related party are to sale, purchase, loan transaction. Whenever that related party persons are, this is just an example. So I've set some related party here. So you will get the ready report of related party transactions and the sampling methods, which is very useful, which we saw. So this was verification of chart of accounts. So basically, before starting the audit, while audit planning, we should definitely use this feature by through where we can, sample the data randomly or the way I want. Just what to do, verification of charts of accounts, just go to master verification. You can set related party transaction here itself, or you can use different sampling methods to start the audit with. So this is also very important feature while taking the audit to TallyPrime.
Dhara ma'am, there is one important thing here I just wanted to mention. If clients are maintaining different years data in a different folder, because I have seen many clients, they prefer to manage their data, year wise. Okay. So in that case, there will be few more options here.
Okay. So can you please help us with that?
Yeah,
what
sure.
I basically do is one or two things I basically do. I add the company in add new company, or specifically when my clients have more than 1 units, I make the company as a group company. So entire trial balance sheets, everything which we used to do in Excel sheet manually, which may occur some error while tallying the balance sheet, we get a complete trial balance sheet of entire group in one go. Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll just share my screen quickly. I'll just show. This is a very important function, because since you're talking about the audit and this is my favorite subject too. So this is data wherein I have created only 1 year's entry. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So here, when I go into, I use generally go to, and I say verification of chart of accounts. So
compare company option. Will be best.
So here, if you see, I'm getting many options. Regrouped, used only in current year, only balances, no transactions, only balance last year and used in current year. Okay, used only in the current year, not used at all in the last 2 years. Okay, so there are many options which has popped up. But yeah, but the very important feature which comes handy with this particular function is the verification of balances. In the data analysis, there is an option called verification of balance. So here what I'm doing is I'm just doing the compare company, and I'm going for my just a moment. I think I have taken a different company. So my so here my assessment year is 12-13. I mean, I do not have a new data here. I just wanted to show this particular function, which is verification of balance. So here I'm doing enter compare company, and I'm loading my last year data. Okay. So you can now, if you see, it's a very important report. So generally, what happens in Tally or in any accounting system, that your closing balance for the previous year becomes the opening balance in the current year or the assessment year, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but here if you see, there are certain ledgers are appearing in red.
Yes, the opening balance is different there.
Yeah, so the closing balance of my previous year is not matching with the opening balance of the current year. Okay, it can be typing error, because if you see, I have deliberately done this. If you see, there is a difference of 140 rupees here, 120 rupees here. So it can be just typing error also, but anything which is appearing here in red. Oh, okay. And very importantly, this function would be available to you only and only if clients are maintaining year-on-year data. Okay, if they are maintaining only one data.
Yes, basically, if they are splitting the company every year, then this feature is very useful because in
Absolutely.
yes, so in my case, the data of all the years are together. So when the clients have a huge data, they usually split the data every year and they put opening balances in the next financial year. So this is the easier way we can check the variance between closing and opening of both the financial year.
Correct. Because many times what happens, we as a chartered accountant, we finalize the balance sheet at in our data, because that data that we have got from them, and generally we send them the backup to make the necessary changes. And if any ledger which is by mistake omitted or forgotten by the accountant or the data entry person, then it will get highlighted easily when it comes next year for the auditing.
Definitely.
Yes, but as you rightly said, this will be applicable only to the few clients wherein they maintain year-on-year data, not to all the clients, because many of the time clients do not split their year-on-year data. They generally maintain it continuously, and then after 4, 5, 6 years they split the data if the data gets heavy.
Yes. So this is, I think, when the company's data are heavy, which usually maybe 50 or 60% of clientele definitely use this feature of splitting the data. So this is very useful while before starting the audit, that if opening balance are in variance, then definitely we can share this list to the client. And I think we can export this in Excel and share with our client.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And when you have done this, one more important report that you can create is the trial balance comparison. So for example, this is my current year, for example, and here generally what we do is we press F12 show opening and the show transactions, then semi detailed. Okay, and then we create the this way the columns. Okay, then simply what you can do is you can create a new column and you can take one more report here so this is 11 say March 12. Okay, so I have now two columns. Actually, if you see 12 13 and 11 12, I have two columns which I can compare. And this report, you can save it using the save view option. You can save this like any name which you want to give, trial balance, detailed comparison, or something like that. So then you can refer that while doing the audit easily for all the companies. I mean, एक बार एक company के लिए आपने ये create कर लिया, so you don't have to do it for the other companies, because then this report gets saved in your tally, and it will save a lot of your time while performing the audit, because बहुत बार आपको ये comparison करना पड़ता है ना.
Yes, correct. And apart from this, we can use one more feature here, which is exception report. Sanjay, please can you click on this exception report? Yes, negative. So this is the basic filtration of negative ledgers in entire trial balance during the year. Definitely negative ledgers and negative stock. There is something wrong done with this ledger. Maybe accounting entry is not correct, or maybe understanding of transaction is not correct. So whenever this exceptional report is displayed at any ledger or trial balance, just go to the exceptional report, check the negative ledgers in that. So it will be easier for you to detect the errors or any misleading things which are being done by the accountant.
Correct. And in fact, what you can do is you can create this report. You can just say view for negative reports, and then on a click of a button, you can just get this negative report for 2 years data or 3 years data. I mean, for multiple companies, if you have three companies together, you want to look at the group company. So it will say there are many ways you can use this function. So yes, ma'am. Now over to you. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I just
No,
barged in.
no issues. This is like a very good thing. Definitely need to be discussed because many of our clients usually split the data. So may I continue with my
Yes,
further
yes,
slide?
please, please, please.
So exceptional reports also we saw, verification of charts of accounts, we saw data sampling in master configuration,
Your
the
screen is
latest,
not visible.
uh, just a minute.
Yeah. Use the share screen just
Yeah,
right to the right.
yeah. Is it
Yeah,
visible
now,
right now?
yeah, it's appearing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw certain things about chart of accounts, and definitely Sanjay ji gave a very good input when the client split the company. Definitely we can add this feature and check the opening balances. Apart from this, in case of certain clients, if they have specific units in different areas and they maintain different tally data for different units, so for this, what we can do is we can make a group company, adding all the unit 1, 2, 3, whatever unit it is, and we can see the consolidated trial balance of all the unit and the total amount. So whatever we used to do through Excel, I think we are getting the ready reports from TallyPrime. So this is also a good feature to be tried, and it can save definitely a lot of time of us. So this was about the verification of charts and some more shortcuts in this. You can, when you click the F4, you have specific heads of different groups of various ledgers. If you want to see the specific item from here itself, you can see this is like indirect expenses. If you are not convinced with indirect expenses, you can definitely go to the specific group, or you can go to the specific ledger and you can see what you want. And definitely this compare company option as shown by the Sanjay ji is also a very good feature. Apart from this, verification of stock, definitely verification of stock is very important while conducting the audit, specifically when clients use stock JV options in case of manufacturing company. So it is like very important to thoroughly go through the stock verification from Tally. So this I've already shown you this feature, ledger view. This I've already shown you. This master configuration also I've already shown you. Okay, so this is stock verification. We'll come back to another option of stock verification. Here also we definitely get certain things like negative stock, which is absolutely not allowed while conducting the audit. Certain stock which are not used during the current financial year, definitely used for aging. Where certain stock which are used in store, certain stock which are not used. These are the stock which are not used during the current year. So I can see the last voucher date. So I can check that why this stock are still in the books of accounts untouched since this date. And apart from this, used only in current year. So certain stock are used only in current years. This was not there in last year. So might be this stock has introduced during the current year. So we get a specific report for this stock items. Further, we can configure this report the way we want. Suppose I want to see all exceptional items as per group. I can see the exceptional items. I want to see only no change during the year. So this is no change during the year along with opening and closing. You can see opening and closing both are same. I want to see specific stock item from here. I can see specific stock item from here when this item was purchased, when the outwards was booked, and what is the closing status. And if I am verifying this, I kept this on hold. I need to ask certain questions to management. So I kept this transaction on hold. This is negative ledger. So I keep this item on hold. So the verification status also we can see along with the note that whatever we want, we can definitely check through this. And if we want to go through a daily negative items, so we can see on daily basis the negative items. I want to see stock group. I can see stock group here, maybe primary, secondary, whatever the way we set this. And this is only for negative stock. If we want to change this, I want to see for all items. I've changed this to all items. And if I'm not convinced with any specific item, I'll go and check the item. So I'll be able to know all the inward and outward entries of that specific item. Suppose this Apple iPod 3.5 mm. I was not sure about this transaction. So what I did, just one click away, I just did this show stock item. So specifically how it came from, where it came, where it is going, and how it is there in closing balance. We can check that. Any item you can do that. कौन सी पार्टी से बाय किया है, किसको सेल किया है, नेगेटिव स्टॉक आया है तो कितना आया है. So this is also very good and ready report for verification of stock item. Definitely we can see all exceptional items, negative stock, no changes during the year, not used during the year, not used in current year, used only in current year. So we have basically more options as we need. And definitely we can configure the way we want. We can save this report for our further references also. We can export every ledger in Excel and definitely send it to the client also. So this is very good feature of stock analysis in the audit feature given by TallyPrime. Then again, I'll go to one more thing. If I'm taking the stock, I'm just going to stock summary. Okay, so this is my entire years or specific period stock summary. So what feature I'm using in this stock summary? Change the option. I want to see monthly summary. I want to see movement analysis. I want to see aging analysis. I want to see aging analysis here. So aging I have already set for certain companies. So less than 45 days, 45 days to 90 days, 90 to 180 days. So suppose if any item have very less shelf life and it has been carried forward more than that shelf life days, then definitely that is a book entry. We should definitely go and specifically verify that item, or we can ask the management about that stock on immediate basis. So that filtration, aging filtration is also available. We get the ready report from Tally. And then I'm going to stock summary. Now I want movement analysis. This is the movement analysis of every stock. Suppose I'm not confident about this stock, I'll go stock item wise or stock group wise, whatever way I want to see. So I can see the analysis of every stock. I can further filter this with, suppose I need the highest amount of inward first. So this is highest amount से ये filter हो गया. So I just need to see जो highest value है. I see the movement analysis, कौन सा कहाँ से आया है और किसको गया है. So this is also very good feature while analyzing the stocks through TallyPrime. Aging analysis, movement analysis, negative stock. These are very important and definitely to be checked while conducting the audit. This I've already shown you stock analysis, aging analysis, how to do stock aging analysis. You just need to specify the days, number of days, and if shelf life is below the stock, the days it is showing here, definitely we should question the management about it. And if possible, we should definitely go and check the item physically. Then verification of balance. Another important feature while conducting the audit, definitely we need to know the aging of debtors, creditors. So we can do it with here. Initially, entire balances can be shown here. If I want to see debtors, so these are the debtors. So I want to see ledger wise. Specific data, I want to see ledger wise. This is the ledger wise analysis. If I want to specifically check the highest amount only from this ledger, I am setting it to amount decreasing sorting mode, and then I am only going to verify the highest amount transactions from here, and I can mark status as verified. If I'm not sure about the sale, if my R1 is not matched with this, or if I want some external confirmation for this, I'll mark it as external confirmation. I want to see monthly view of this ledger. I can see monthly view of this ledger. If I want to see a exceptional report overdue receivable, I can see overdue how many payments are still overdue. 513 days payment against this bill. So I'll definitely go and filter this technique. Aging method I can use aging by bill date. If I'm putting 0 to 90 days, 90 to 180, 180 to 360. This is the aging which we used to check. So for this ledger, I'm getting the entire aging specified, and definitely I can export it in Excel and I can share it with my client. Every report are basically exported in the Excel, which is like very useful for us. And even if it is not exported, we can mark the transaction here. So this is also very good feature where we want to check the verification or aging of debtors or creditors. So apart from this, one more thing is there, the balance variance. So I came on this verification of balances. I use this feature balance variance, which is F10. So I'm using this feature. So I can trace certain transactions, like this is 504%, having variance of 504% in last year. This account is having a big variances. So what will I do? I'll specifically verify the highest variance ledger. I've verified or not verified. I can put this if I've kept it on hold. I can put this that I've kept it on hold. So through this way also we can, trace certain transactions which have a lot of variances from last year. So in debtors and creditors specifically, we can use this option, balance variances. One more feature I would like to show you. I want to see a ledger from here. Definitely, I can see a ledger from here. I want to see bill wise. I can see bill wise. I want to see aging wise. I can see aging wise, which I already told you. If I want to change view, I want movement analysis of this specific party. So this ABCD company, उसके पास से क्या buy किया, मैं कुछ buy नहीं करती, सिर्फ sell होता है. So this selling movement analysis I've got from this party during the year. So many items has been sold to this party. So if any person is having a huge variation compared to last year, definitely we can filter every changes through this tally data. So this is also a very good feature which we definitely use while conducting the audit. Now voucher verification. I will go to voucher verification first. Whatever I have sampled, it will be shown here. Contra, I've manually sampled. Credit notes, I've considered all vouchers. Journal, I've considered amount range sample. और वो sample में से कितना checking हुआ है, कितना checking नहीं हुआ है, I'll be able to trace it here. Suppose this TDS receivable has not been checked. This amount has been verified, so I can mark it as verified. This amount I have to keep it on hold, so I've kept this amount on hold. So whatever sampling I have done, I'll be able to trace it through here. Show sample vouchers, show all. So this is sample vouchers, voucher type. मैंने क्या sample किया है वो भी मुझे यहाँ से पता चल सकता है. Apart from this, अगर आप रैंडम सैम्पलिंग करते हैं तो आपको यहाँ पे रैंडम सैम्पल्ड आइटम्स मिलेंगे। सपोज अभी मेरा वेरिफिकेशन जो मैंने किया था उन्हें 6% सैम्पलिंग किया हुआ है। अगर मैं रैंडम सैम्पलिंग में 80% करती थी तो यहाँ पे मुझे 80% वाउचर्स दिखते थे, और 80% में से कितने मेरे वेरीफाइड है, कितना मुझे इंटरनल ऑब्जर्वेशन चाहिए, हाउ मेनी ऑब्जर्वेशंस आई नीड फॉर एक्सटर्नल कंफर्मेशन, एंड हाउ many things I have altered. Everything will be I will be able to see here. And apart from this, related party transactions, as I already set certain transactions at related party, I can see every related party transaction here. It would be easier for me to verify related party transaction and fill the audit report through that. So again, I will go to data analysis feature. This is analytical procedures. So group to group, I can match the variances. Suppose I want to match the bank account with last year. So this is the bank account details. How many percent of variances are there in my bank? I can specifically see along with the amount and percentage. This is just an example. You can do it with sale, purchase, debtor, creditor, specifically group wise, ledger wise. So this analytical procedure are also very useful to check the variance from last year. Certain repeat transactions. If there are certain repeated transactions, we can filter it through this feature, repeat transactions. Then cash withdrawals, deposit in bank, we can check and verify this amount too. Fixed asset analysis, what additions are made during the year, what was the opening balance, how many days used, number of days, less than 180 days or more than 180 days. It can be filtered and we can get ready report through this feature. Then highest and lowest value transaction. This is also very good feature where we can see, highest and lowest transaction of any party or any specific ledger. And if I want to verify certain thing out of it, I can definitely verify the highest and lowest amount out of the specific ledger. So this is also very good feature shown in this highest, lowest I have specifically discussed. Apart from this, definitely certain insightful financial reports we get. Balance sheet, P&L, trial balances, trial balance of entire group, trial balance comparative with last year, ratio analysis, that is also very important. Inventory reports, specifically stock summary, stock aging, movement analysis, locations, order summary, many report. Apart from this, we can generate through this option. So I definitely request you all to use this feature. This will definitely help you while planning your audit and definitely execution of audits. Apart from this, GST. Every month we are messed up with GST 2A, 2B reconciliations. So definitely we can get the reports error-free through TallyPrime. So definitely I don't use the option of display and then statutory reports. I just always use the feature of Go feature. I want to see GSTR1 during the current month. I can see GSTR1 of these specific months. The only thing we need to keep in mind before generating the JSON file or Excel or whatever report we want for GSTR1 or 2 or 3B is we have to verify this incomplete information first. This should be definitely cleared. We should request our client to definitely, before sending us the report, clear all these items, or we should specifically check. Now, certain item here, HSN is missing. So without HSN, definitely my HSN summary would be misleading. Certain transactions are there. So GST number is not specified or invalid GST number. So this GST number is invalid. So maybe अगर मैं JSON generate करूँगी तो ये B2B के बदले B2C में चला जाएगा, and definitely then फिर next month वापस client का कुछ ना कुछ issue. So we should definitely go through this both transaction, incomplete information in HSN and uncertain transactions. Apart from this, total number of transactions we can see here, and in total number of transactions, what are included in GSTR1 and what not included in GSTR1. So now we don't need anything about purchase in GSTR1, so it has been excluded. So if any a total number of sale transactions was 37, so included only 36. One transaction has been left. So this transaction was the transaction where GST number was not correct. So before generating the return, definitely we should check this also कि कितना sale bills में से कितना include हुआ और कितना exclude हुआ है. So once you clear all this uncertain transaction and HSN correction needed, then the JSON generation would be absolutely correct, including the stock summary. I mean to say document summary. We can get it through TallyPrime. So initially in Tally ERP 9 हम लोग को HSN rate wise नहीं मिलता था और rate डालना फिर mandatory हो गया था. So in TallyPrime this rate column has been introduced, and without any error or headache we can export this HSN summary to GST portals. So we can export it through e-return, either CSV, Excel, or JSON. Certain software reads CSV files, so there are options of exporting GST files also. And apart from this, if you want to change view, if you want to see nature wise, so this is the nature wise report you are getting. Taxable, exempt, sale. You want to see return format, so this is the return format. So generating GSTR1 through TallyPrime got like excellently easy for us. The only thing we need to keep in mind is to correct this uncertain transactions and to correct this incomplete information in HSN SAC summary. Now another important feature of GSTR2. This is also very good feature. Every month definitely we are not going to reconcile GSTR2A or 2B with our purchase entries manually because maybe the number of bills are too high. So what we can do is we can import the JSON downloaded from the portal. So I've kept some downloaded JSON from the portal. So this JSON has been loaded successfully. So JSON of 2A I have downloaded from the portal. And now what I can do is I can just see that what bills are matching with my purchase and what bills are not matching with my purchase. So I'll show you it in my PPT because many GST numbers are displayed in that report. Look, we can reconcile the transactions to this. If I successfully import the JSON of 2A with this 2B in the tallies, I'll get somewhat this report. I've hidden the name and GST number of certain party. These are the amounts which are completely matched, and certain bills are there which are only present in books of accounts and not seen in 2A or 2B. So what I can do, I can communicate this to my client that these parties are not displayed in 2A or 2B, or if they are quarterly, I have to inform accordingly. So what manually I used to do, I can do it through Tally. I can filter the 2B reconciliation, 2A, 2B reconciliation through directly through Tally. But only thing we need to check in this case also is mismatch invoice information. If your accounting is not proper, it would be very difficult for you to go through this transaction. Suppose the original invoice number is not shown in this entry, so they have not considered this entry. Then HSN entries are HSN codes are not proper in certain purchase invoice. Gift voucher HSN code is not there in the invoice. So this I have to rectify first. The more clean my accounting is, the more clean reports I'll get it from Tally, and definitely this will save a lot of time every month. The headache of reconciling every party goes very easy with us. When we can save it and we cannot save it, that is our option. And apart from this, 3B, we can file 3B also directly through Tally. The only thing is we have to clear this uncertain transactions. So we have cleared this uncertain transactions from 3B, and I can export a JSON and upload directly at the GST portal. I want to see nature-wise transaction. I can see nature-wise transaction. I want to see return format. I can see return format. I can save the view whatever and however I want. And I already told you, whenever we see this exceptional report option in any ledger, just go through it once. अभी इसमें ये पार्टी है जिसका ऑटोमेटिक एक्सेप्ट कर दिया ओरिजिनल वैल्यू के साथ, बट दिस इज शोइंग अ रॉन्ग कैलकुलेशन. So maybe the accountant to clear all the variances have accepted the voucher act as it is. I will be definitely able to trace it to exceptional report. So from here we can see how many vouchers were there and how many are included, how many are excluded. Purchase, entire purchase has been included, entire sale has been included. So just randomly go through this also. If you feel that certain, suppose credit notes and debit notes are shown here but not included or excluded from here, definitely we can give a glance to this also once. So GST filing is also made very easy through TallyPrime. Specifically, this GSTR2 reconciliation is very useful and save lot of time of us during the financial year. And as I already told you, we can directly export the JSON of 3V GSTR1 directly from Tally, and we can upload it on portal directly. But make sure that the reports are error free. Make sure whatever is included in the report, what bills are excluded in the report, just go through. It will take hardly 1 or 2 minutes to go through the entire 3V report. And apart from this, we get annual GST annual compilation from the Tally. So we can see this while filing the form GSTR 9 or 9C. This will definitely be helpful to us. Now, for this also, we have to clear this uncertain transaction. Tax rates are not specified in certain transactions. Nature of transactions are not clear. Mismatching taxation. So we should definitely go through certain items which are exceptional to it. And as I already said, every time check exceptional report vouchers that are accepted. Now this wrong calculation was accepted as it is. Rate modification, wrong calculation, no tax involved. URD purchase है पर tax कुछ तो होना चाहिए नहीं involved है because URD है. So just give a glance. This is the detailed view of what we need B2B, B2C. Obviously, we struggle to find out B2B, B2C transactions, debit note, credit note while conducting the GST audit. So every ready reports we are getting for filing GST are 9 to Tally itself. And I'm repeatedly saying for getting a proper report, we should definitely look into this uncertain transaction and incomplete HS and SSC transaction. If this is not clear, these transactions are not included in the annual computation of GST. So you can see all GST import capital goods, GST services, what this specifically we need in GSTR 9. And apart from this, B2B, B2C, credit notes, debit notes, everything we can get it through this. And if we need B2C detailed report, we can get B2C detailed report from here. If you want to see B2B detailed report, I can get B2B detailed report monthly from here. So this is also very easy to trace each and every transaction. Specifically when the client transactions are very bulky, or maybe the pharma company or manufacturing company, this would be very useful while conducting the GST audits or filing the GST annual returns. So I would like to thank you all to patiently listen to this tax audit feature, some of the audit features and GST features. So if you have any specific query, Sanjay ji, can we take some queries?
I have already answered most of
Okay.
them. Yes.
Okay. And if you have any other specific query, you can definitely mail me on my email ID. And you can also like my Facebook page to get regular amendments or updates related to direct and indirect taxes. Thank you so much.
So if you have any queries, you can just raise your hand and we can interact directly. We'll unmute you, you can talk. So there is one question that how to reconcile 2B in TallyPrime.
So I've already told you we have option of importing the JSON file. Initially, you have to download the JSON file from GST portal. Then we can import the JSON file through this option, import in GSTR2, load JSON, give the specific path. This will read the JSON file. The JSON file will be imported in the Tally, and you will get the auto reconciliation through Tally. You can see this. And as I already told you in my PPT, you will get the filtered transaction. Suppose these transactions are only in books and not shown in GSTR 2B. So this is specifically, number of invoices are specifically filtered. So you can communicate this to your client directly.
So there's one more question is that how do we prepare consolidated 3B when we have branches?
I don't think so. There is any option for this consolidated 3D. Sanjay, do you have any idea? I've never come to this consolidated option in Tally.
So consolidation is actually looked at as two things. One is that I have one company, okay, same company, let's say ABC, and has got multiple branches in different states. Okay, so it's a case of multi GSTN. And then I have another case or another example wherein I have one company, same ABC Private Limited, and it has got multiple branches within the state. So these are two examples. Okay, so the first one wherein I have multi GSTN, I will not be able, for that what I'll have to do is I'll have to basically I'll have to get the data at one place and then export and import the transactions into one. That I can do. And for the other wherein I have only one company and I want to consolidate, that we can do if the data is maintained at a different location. It can be done through the centralized branch management, that is called data synchronization. You can use that feature, or you can use TallyPrime on AWS. That is another way to access your data, from different location or anytime, anywhere, basically. So you can recommend that to your client, and you can help them to manage it that. And yes, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I think Sandhya ji, this data synchronization, many people are not aware about this data synchronization. And definitely, if you have a single GST number and you operate from different branches to same state, you can definitely use this feature of data synchronization, wherein the every data of different branches can be synchronized at the head office at specific interval of time. So many people use this feature very well, practically.
Correct. So data synchronization basically will merge all the data from different branches to one particular entity. Okay, so it will be like grouping all the transactions. So let's say you have two branches or three branches, and all three branches have 100 transactions. So once you'll merge, so you'll have one particular company which will have 300 transactions all combined together. And if you want to specify that you want only specific voucher, like you want only sales voucher, you want only purchase voucher, debit notes and credit notes, not the payment and receipts, you can specify so. Any more questions? You can raise your hand if you want to ask any question. It will make it little interactive at the end of it. Is there anything that you want to ask about apart from these options related to GST, related to centralized accounting?
Anyways, if you have no questions as of now and you definitely want to personally connect with me, you can connect through the email. Definitely, I'll revert back to you. Maybe not immediately, but within a day or so, I'll definitely revert back to you. You can note my email ID.
Perfect. Okay. E-invoices come in GSTR1 and in Tally, and on portal is not matching, then how to resolve? So there will be multiple reasons for that. You will have to just go inside that. Why is it not matching? If anything is not matching, it will show an error. Okay, and it will not import. It will not basically send the transaction to the IRN. That is the the registration portal, IRP. You'll have to just go through the transaction, and you'll have to basically do the correction and then send it again.
So basically, you should be very vigilant while creating the e-invoicing, because once the e-invoicing is wrongly made, it will be wrongly exported to GSTR1. So it should be like a very sensitive issue that this e-invoicing can't be rectified. So if e-invoicing is applicable to your company, then you should very vigilantly make the e-invoicing correctly.
All right. So I think we have answered all the questions.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Thank you, all the participants.
Thank you, Dhara ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And on behalf of Tally Solutions, we thank all the participants for asking these questions and making the session interactive. And I hope we were able to answer all your questions. And still, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Tally Solutions. You can find this video in a day or two in the community sections. I've already shared the link for that, community.tallysolutions.com. It will be available, and you can always refer the previous videos as well. Some of the very prominent speakers have talked about different features, functions in Tally, and you can always get the benefit of those. If you have any queries, please do reach out to us. And with that, we conclude this session. And thank you so much, ma'am, once again. Have a wonderful evening ahead and stay safe wherever you are. Thank you.